Claude Code is an absolute game changer, but letting an AI agent loose in your terminal is a great way to nuke all of your credits overnight. But what if you could get the exact same coding experience running entirely on your own hardware for absolutely $0? In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to ditch the cloud, bypass Anthropic's fees entirely, and supercharge a free local model to act as your own personal coding agent. So let's dive in. Before we begin, let's talk a little bit about model selection and why we're going to use Qwen 3.5. Qwen 3.5 is part of a new generation of hybrid AI models. It features a built-in thinking mode, meaning it actually reasons step by step through complex coding logic before it starts generating your final answer. Despite being incredibly lightweight, running easily on consumer hardware with 6 to 18 gigabytes of RAM, this 9 billion parameter model routinely punches above its weight class, beating out massive 128 billion parameter models in reasoning and tool calling tests. Because Claude Code acts as an autonomous agent that needs to search your files, execute terminal commands, and fix its own errors, we need a model that can think critically. Right now, Qwen 3.59 billion is the absolute sweet spot for local, zero-cost reasoning. Alright, let's get it installed. Step 1. We need to get Ollama running. Head over to ollama.com. Go to the Windows section and click the copy icon next to the install script. Open up PowerShell and make sure you run it as an administrator. Paste that command in and hit enter. Ollama will download and install itself entirely in the background. Step 2. Let's grab our model. Open up Visual Studio Code and bring up your terminal. Now type Ollama pool Qwen 3.5 9b and then hit enter. And watch as Ollama does the heavy lifting to download the base model to your hard drive. Now here's the secret part. By default, this model doesn't have enough memory to read large code bases, so we'll need to expand its context window. Next, switch your terminal from PowerShell over to the command prompt and run this exact command. This creates a tiny config file called a model file. It tells Ollama to take our Qwen model and supercharge it with a massive 64,000 token context window so it can read entire project folders at once. Finally, type Ollama create followed by our new model name. Hit enter, and then once it says success, your custom high memory coding model is prepped and ready to go. Alright, our custom 64K memory model is compiled and ready to go. Now let's bring it to life and test its agent capabilities. Back in the terminal, type Ollama launch Claude. You'll see a list of available models. Scroll down and select the 64K model we just built. So let's test its context awareness first. I'm just going to type hi. Look what happens. Without me telling it anything, it instantly scans the project directory and it knows exactly what files I'm working with, including my HTML snake game. It's fully locked into my local workspace. But reading files is one thing. Can it actually act as an autonomous agent and manage our files? So let's give it a simple test. Create a text file and write a greeting inside. Now watch and wait as Claude Code immediately spins up its own internal write tool. It drafts the text and gives us a safe confirmation prompt right in Visual Studio Code. I'll hit enter and boom, there it is in the Explorer. So we've just used an open source AI running entirely on my own local hardware to act as a hands-free coding agent. No cloud and zero API cost. Now a warning, what is this 9 billion parameter local model actually good for? To be honest, for everyday coding, these models are fantastic for the grunt work. Think of generating boilerplate code, writing unit tests, and explaining confusing regex or doing basic refactoring. And it's also perfect for writing instant documentation. But to be realistic about its limitations, this is a small model and has a strict reasoning ceiling. It's not Claude 3.5, Sonnet, or GPT-5. If you ask it to architect a complex multi-tier web app from scratch or debug deeply intertwined logic across 20 different files, it is gonna hallucinate or get stuck in a loop. Small models excel at single, isolated tasks, not broad architectural planning. And there you have it. You now have a free local coding agent ready to handle all your daily grunt work, meaning you can save those expensive Anthropic credits for the real heavy lifting. If this guide saved you a few credits today, hit that like button and subscribe for more AI tutorials. Keep building and I'll see you in the next one.